Hey y'all, Bearder Bros Golf Show back at it again. I am Rod.
And I am Marcus.
Hope y'all are doing well. I had a good week. Got you some golf in, although I know the weather is changing all over the place. And um, yeah, I mean, I think people starting to get shut down, starting to see people getting the northeast blues. How's the weather been in Houston so far?
We haven't really had a cold snap, but I think it may be coming next week, or at least like some rain and stuff like later on in the week, or maybe that's the week after. I don't know. Um, it hasn't been that bad. Like today, it was like mid 50s to start, and then got into like maybe the low 70s. It was actually like a really pleasant day. The sun had came out. It was a good time. Let's see. Monday 83, Tuesday 80. Okay, Wednesday it's a high of 69. So it's a few days, but nothing really until
Yeah,
that like December. First week of December, then it kind of like mid
it's gonna get
60s.
that drop.
Yeah, a little bit of rain in the forecast. So we haven't really got it. Dallas has gotten it a little bit more. Like it was like 50 to start in the morning for them.
Yeah, and I'm somehow still getting weather alerts for Dallas and Mesquite, even though I've been trying to like turn them off. But saw they
Yeah.
were dealing with some flash flooding and rain and whatnot this week. Just kept getting alerts for that. However, on my side of the world right now in Bangkok, they're going through a cold front. So this week has been kind of like mid to high 80s, and honestly, man, it feels so damn good here. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Um, I got a chance to walk around with the guy. Well, it started off. It was a Sunday, which usually I haven't been playing on the weekends. It was my first time playing on a Saturday or Sunday here, and so the course was a little bit busier. Even though I did hop out at like 6:20 in the morning,
Hmm.
got paired up with a guy. They don't allow fivesomes, I guess, on the weekend, and him and his group usually play in fives. So they split him off, put him with me. He's a real cool guy. Apparently, just got the membership at that particular club, so his son could play golf. Who goes to like an international school right outside of the property that we were on. So it was cool, just kind of playing the front nine with him. Then we got matched up with an older dude on the back nine. Same thing. They wouldn't let him go out by himself. But either way, the Thai people's obsession with Gino right now is nuts. I told you when we were in Malaysia how many of them traveled over just because it's a
Yeah.
hop, skip, and a jump. But he was, talking about how tired he was from staying up and watching Gino the previous night,
Mm.
get her 6 shot lead. And yeah, their obsession with, her succeeding as, world number one. I'm curious, like, how the vibe was when, like, the Jitanagarn sisters were doing well. But
Right.
Gino's like everything to them. And it's pretty cool to see the national pride and how well she's doing and how locked in they are on her performance and her succeeding. So they're gonna have a star for a long time because she's super young.
22. 22.
Right.
I feel like a lot more countries do a better job of being just like outright just prideful of like they're like country stars. I feel like our shit is more regional still. Like, yo,
Yeah.
like Marcus Sasser, that boy came out of our high school, like shout out to him. Or like Cade Cunningham is from Arlington. That's close enough. So like, yo, he's from Dallas, he's from DFW. Like, I'm riding with Cade right now. Like, and thankfully for me, Rod, both of them play on the same basketball team. So, woo, go Pistons. Go Pistons.
Marcus is
Detroit basketball.
Marcus is an adopted Detroit Pistons fan, and that's cool. I haven't picked out who my alternative hoop squad is, but
You need to
it
figure that out. And it better not be the Thunder.
no,
It better
absolutely
not be
not.
the Thunder.
Marcus is officially what is his name? SGA hater. Like so
Foul
much hate.
Vader.
It's so much
Foul
hate.
Vader. Ugh.
um, yeah, bro. Yeah, it's legit. But yeah, their fandom is nuts. Let's talk about Gino real quick, and let's see here real quick before I get into my spiel. Seen Gino at the Canadian Open this year. Her swing is crisp and compact. Told my daughter that we'll cheer for Brooke, but copy Nelly, and Judy and Gino's swing. That's legit for real. We've been saying for the longest period of time, like the women's game is the game that most amateurs should follow, both men
Yep.
and women. Just technically sound all the way around. Um, Nelly's swing is smooth, especially when she's got the mechanics going. I love Gino. Chokes down quite a bit, not full bottom of the grip, a lot of control, knows her swing, knows her distances. It's incredible. That run she went on Saturday, stupid good. Like
Yeah.
9 birdies,
And
stupid
a
good.
64 with a bogey.
Right, right.
We not doing
So
that.
shout out to Gino. Yeah, I mean, Runaway was never really close after Saturday. Took control of the tournament, went into the final round with a 6 shot lead, ends up winning by 4 shots, over a fellow tie player, but took home all the hardware, end of year championship. I think what was it, the Bear Trophy as well. So yeah, shout out to Gino for a heck of a kind of back half of her season. We were both saying, "Hey man, you got to get it together." I'm gonna continue harping on again the Gino, the way that Thai people follow her is what we need Nelly to do to
Yeah.
succeed, to compete for that world number one, get that national spotlight on her, and just another set of eyes on the game of women's golf, and hopefully next year we can see some level of dominance. I mean, 29 individual or unique winners to complete the year. That's kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Our first
It's
our first repeat winner of the season.
yes.
And it's the last week.
That's just not good. Um you guys want national pride. Come see Brooke in Canada. That
No, believe it. Believable.
I do. I do. And we were gonna make a trip to Canada before the craziness ensued this year, but at some point, definitely gonna have to make my way up to Canada to see, RBC Canadian or something. I love some good live golf, so I can see that, especially with Canadians. How do y'all feel about Adam Hadwin and some of the other guys? Who's the number one Canadian male player that gets the most love over there?
Taylor
But yeah, Gino,
Pendricks,
right? They got quite a few.
Mackenzie
Corey
Hughes,
Corey
Corey
Connor.
Connors. Yeah.
But Gino tearing it up this year. I think this the end of the year for Gino, end of the year for Nelly coming back off of the neck injury. I hope bodes well for their season next year. We'll have a couple of little, the Grant Thornton, which Gino participated in as well as Nelly. We'll see if we both get them next year or this year in that end of year tournament. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
kind of going into next year?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing as what's happening with like the PGA right now. You're seeing just a lot of like, not necessarily like a youth movement, but really like guys coming into form, and it unfortunately it's a little bit too late. Like it feels like it. Like now we getting into like the all season, and it's gonna be a while before we get back to it. Like
Mhm.
the ladies don't come back out to the end of January. That's their tournament of champions, and that's
Right.
Jan 29. So they got a full 2 months. So that's why you see a lot of these ladies that are like primo stuff, um, kind of doing the dual tour and stuff like that, where they're
Yeah.
on the ladies European tour just to
LET.
just got to keep it going, got to keep playing. They're going to be in some areas where the golf isn't going to be cold and stuff like that. I mean, that's why, as we talked about and harped on last week, DP World Tour. Yeah, they finished and did their race to Dubai crown, but they're going straight over to the Australasian tour. So like next week,
Mhm.
they took this week off, right back to it next week, and we're gonna get a bunch of Australian golf. Then we're gonna get into South Africa, and then before you know it, it's the end of December. 2026 happens in mid-January. They start the official season again. So we're really spoiled right now, but like I feel like that's just the next step for the ladies game is to
Yeah.
stretch, expound that season just a little bit longer, have some fall events or what you want to ever call it, just like some carryover stuff where maybe this is where you do those limited field events where it's 70, 80, no cut, and have somebody that's a really good sponsor, still put some decent money up. But as
Yeah.
I
So you
talk
can get the
talk to
names
you
out there.
exactly, but as I talk to you in private, as we usually do throughout the week, the TV deal with everything being
Super
live,
nuts.
that's going to be crazy, but that's got to create a little bit of revenue flow. They got to be able to expound off of that. So that's what I'm hoping for. And we won't be out here chasing and kind of like pondering where the coverage is
Right.
at. We'll be able to see it when it happens and when they're playing. So yeah, I'm
Yeah. I
excited
mean,
about 2026 and everything like that.
not that I want to, rewind back to last year, Solheim Cup, the struggles with the logistics. A lot of stuff started cropping up around how the league was being run and the need for the commissioner change. And I'll be honest, like, I don't know the dude's name right off the top of my head, but there's been a lot of shaking and moving going on in the background with this new commissioner that is bringing the league to the forefront. A lot of the kind of self-inflicted errors that were previously made, I feel like will be cleaned up over the next couple of years. We're still seeing residuals of that from a scheduling standpoint and weird gaps in the schedules, but I think going forward, the ladies game, as we've been saying for like 3 years, the momentum is kind of nuts and how well they're going to be doing going forward. I'm super excited about it. Super excited about the talent, like you said, youth movement going on. Some of these unique and dynamic athletes that we're seeing on the ladies game. I
Yep.
mean, the arrows pointed nothing but up at this point for them. So I don't know, man. It's just it's exciting. I mean, there's so many good things. We've talked about the courses that they're playing on, courses that we've seen the gentlemen play on as well. So there's a good comparison, and the game looks, it looks just as good, right? It's not like
Yeah.
the comparison between the NBA and WNBA. The game is still relatable. It's still enjoyable for the masses. I've talked about it before. Great events to go watch in person. If you got kids, there's nothing better than going to an LPGA event. They're the best run golf tournaments across the board. I think the only thing I have not been to that's notable is a DP World Tour event. We'll hopefully make that work this year at some point, depending on where we're at. But LPGA, PGA, Live, even Corn Ferry, I've attended. LPGA just does it right all the way around. Then PGA.
Yeah.
The DP World, not DP World Tour, but Corn Ferry is not as attended as a Live event, but they put on a pretty good event as well. So we'll see. Well, let's see here. Exciting times for the LPGA. So many different winners this season. Yeah, I think it just gives us a chance. One thing that we've talked about as well, with all the different winners, is figuring out a way to build stories around some of the lesser known golfers that are coming up. Like Yamashita, the incredible rookie, won a major this year.
Yeah.
Let's get more, into their stories. I think I think this is coming back up, and I don't want this to sound kind of nativist or whatever, but getting those players that are coming over from Asia, speaking English, doing interviews. I think Gino's been doing a really good job of, getting on camera, giving interviews as much as possible, but having more of those players able to communicate, without a translator. I think it just makes the game more relatable and sells and it sells them and increases those endorsement opportunities.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you got to go. The EY twins. They did an
Yep.
interview during the middle of her round, and maybe it's so I'm not gonna butcher it.
Don't
But
worry, don't butcher it.
one of the EY twins definitely sang during her interview with like her on course interview. So they're definitely trying to simulate, I mean, especially for like, pretty much an American based tour. It is
Yeah,
definitely way more global than the PGA, but they're definitely out there and they're putting themselves out there and it's great. And again, I mean, just great content on like Instagram and their social media platforms in general.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Seeing them in
definitely
regular
recommending
clothes, seeing them in
yeah,
like evening wear and
the
formal
galas
attire,
and
and
stuff.
them
Yeah, it's super cool.
absolutely. I think that stuff is winning content.
Yeah. Craig Kessler is the LPGA commissioner. The Brett,
Ah,
he just turned 40 in May. So young
that's
gun,
crazy.
young gun.
um, and then I'm looking at early season, like for us, where we are currently. I'm very, I'm trying to plan out how I might be able to get. I mean, these events are happening kind of right around where we are. Flights are super cheap over here, so after they do their opening tournament, we go another 3 weeks until they go over to Thailand again, to Pattaya, and then they're in Singapore, which is a little bit further south, and then they're in
Oh,
China.
their first Asian swing.
Yeah, yep. They do 3 weeks in Asia, and then they head on back over to California. So, yeah, man, I think got to get in at least one of these. Um, we got to. We've been we've been doing quite a few ins and outs in Thailand, so maybe that one is not it. There, last time we came back, they were like, "Hey, how long are you gonna be here this go around?" So we're running out of border hops. Yumin Wang next year, she got a sponsor exemption and won the event. Now her tour card for 26. Yeah, absolutely. Then another young golfer that I want to shout out. I'm gonna screw her name up. Something Yoon from Korea. Yoon is her last name. Great interaction with my daughter. Took a picture with her at the end of the round at the event in Malaysia. Had a really strong rookie season. She's gonna be one to watch for a long time. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Emma
just
Yoon.
turned pro.
Oh, she's legit, bro. We followed her for like 9 holes, just because she was like awesome. She signed your daughter's hybrid cover. Yes, so she's amazing with fans. Like I said,
Yeah,
my daughter was super nervous to ask, but I was like, "Homegirl, you got to do it." Because like early on in the round, she waved and smiled at her when we were sitting by a tee box, and then so again, we just followed all most of the day. Caught her on 18, and my daughter's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And she's like, "Yes." My daughter, she put her hand on her shoulder, and she's like, I can't believe I washed that jacket. I should have just left it alone. So really good with the fan. That's cool that she signed your daughter's hybrid cover. That's awesome and not surprising. Let's get into Gino's what's in the bag. So this is, I mean, not a lot of. This is kind of the next step, I think, for the LPGA. If they can get somebody, I'll take volunteer status to follow y'all around and do what's in the bags. But finding updated info for Gino was tough, and the shaft information is the same. I know from the woods, she is not in the AI stuff anymore, so that's the only graphic that I had. But she is in the elite models at this point. So I'll pull this up. Gino Thitakun's what's in the bag. Again, as you can see on here, she's got the elite driver. So super detailed. A lot of information that I was able to find. Again, thankful for this Thai golf website that had a lot of info on it. So she's in a 8.1 lofted driver again, not the AI smoke anymore, but the elite driver. Still playing the Fujicar Aventus TR Red in a stiff, which again, we talk about it all the time. This is probably what a lot of males should be in. I know Tommy Fleetwood's in a version of the red. Um, what do you think about this setup on her in her driver?
I mean, she's a pro. She can create her own loft. So, I mean, 8.1 degrees of loft is crazy to me. It doesn't even sound real still. I don't think I'll go lower than 10 just because, I would prefer the help. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm gonna let you rock with it because me and Callaway just don't really get along. Like I've always loved the presentation of Callaway Golf and
yeah.
everything that they have, but for me, like personally, like I just it doesn't.
I
Me
think
and
they go.
my swing is
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've said that before. Even when I got fit, from a distance standpoint, I got the most out of the AI smoke when I was getting fit
right.
for my driver a couple of years ago. Most distance, but also the widest dispersion. Because I'd kill one, and then I'd have one where I didn't hit it quite as well, and it would just duck hook out of the sky.
Yeah,
So it good on her, right? Not for me.
yeah,
Over here to the right, also the grips. So she's very unique in that, some she started as a kid, so her dad would, as her playing as a junior, would know what club she was hitting. All of her woods have darker grips, the elite grips, which I had not really heard of, but maybe she's repping that and has an endorsement deal with them. Not something that you typically see in America. But all of her woods with the black or darker grip. And she said she's been in this setup, the current color configuration, for the last 2 to 3 years. And I think probably just depending on what's available at any given time, she's maybe had to switch it up just depending on what's been discontinued. Again, AI Smoke Max Fairway Wood. That's not a surprise. I do want to say, because I have it on the next slide as well, is this Callaway Apex UW, this utility wood, is very popular.
hmm
Not that just because it's, I mean, we've seen a lot of players rock with this particular wood, this 3 wood, this hybrid, kind of not 3 wood, but hybrid, really speak very well of it. She's got it in a 19 degree, no adjustments there, and then a 62-gram shaft. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, what have you heard about the Callaway Apex UW? We've seen it in a number of different what's in the bags.
Yeah. It's one of the hottest faces still, and it's got like enough. To me, it plays pretty much like a wood. Like if you look at like what Xander Schauffele does with his, he pretty much plays it as a fairway wood. His is 18 degrees, so it's essentially a 5 wood. But just hybrids in general are really, beating the stereotype of being,
Hmm.
old man's club, a helper club, and stuff like that. It is very much a game changer as far as reachable par fives, longer par threes, especially the way that some of these architects are challenging the game, especially like some of these elite courses where they're like, yeah, we're gonna set up this par three for 245 or whatever like that. You know, that feathery little 18, 19 degree hybrid is going to play perfect. And again, once you take your ego out of the equation, a lot of this stuff starts to make sense. Like
Yeah.
I was telling you, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have a 4 iron in my bag. I might go, I
Straight
swear,
up.
I might
I've
put a
been I've been
22
avo-
degree hybrid in there and call it a
I've been
day, bro.
avoiding my I've been avoiding using my 4 iron so much, man. Like it's not even funny. I'm definitely more comfortable hitting the 5. So it's
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm like, I'll take the calculation. Like if I'm end up a little bit short, I end up a little bit short. But yeah, and then I skip to my 3 hybrid, which I think is, it's set up as a 19 degree. I think I have it at 18, just depending, but that I hit
yeah,
incredibly
man,
well. I'm comfortable
exactly.
hitting it out of the rough and tough spots like yesterday. Playing in that round, I think I had about like 220 out of the rough, had a little bit of water to carry going into a par five, smoke that thing. It just
Yeah,
cut through the grass like butter. And it's like, why would I give that back to play for some, with some skinny iron when I have the utility to use that, it goes pretty damn straight. We
yep,
don't, hybrids are kind of taking away that old tendency of a hybrid was to hook, and a lot of people would tow them. So they've done a lot of weight distribution changes on these newer hybrids to
Yep.
prevent that kind of left bias where people were turning them over.
Yeah, I mean, but you can see from the picture how much depth it has, and how much weighting, systems you can have in that. So yeah, it definitely
Hmm.
plays more like a wood with that UW Apex. And I mean, you can't really beat what they have going on with that right now. So yeah, I think it's a winning club, and a lot of the Callaway, staffers have that club, and they should.
Yeah. So then we move forward to the irons. The Callaway X Forged Star, which this is an exclusive to Japan. She's got a couple of different things going on. Let me lean in here.
Always.
The KB, huh?
Always, man. See, the country of Japan gets all the nice shit. Like
They do.
they get the Mizuno Azalea set, the Masters Color Edition. I mean, they get so much, bro. They get all the exclusive stuff, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Even they even get certain golf balls that are
right.
exclusive to Japan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they do. There's a Titleist ball that's only produced in Japan. There is a Strixon ball that's only produced in Japan. There's a couple of different renditions that are Japan exclusive. You're right.
Yeah. And the thing that stood out to me about this particular one, Callaway in general, I feel like they make irons for their pros and then give the public kind of the not garbage stuff, but there's so many customized Callaway irons out there. It's like it's hard to pick a when you look at the pros that play them, very rarely do they play similar irons. They all have these kind of custom iterations. So from a consumer standpoint, Callaway is a tough
Yeah.
brand to rock with. It's interesting. Um, so the grind on this particular four iron, I don't know how well you can see that, but this the relief on the back end of this club, and this is kind of how the majority of her clubs are set up. I just thought it was interesting the grind that she's got going on here, as well combined with that KBS graphite iron shaft. What are your thoughts here on that grind on that iron?
Yeah, I mean, all of that is based off of, how they come into the turf, like turf interaction and stuff like that. Like that, if you really look into it, if you're getting fit, your fitter's gonna do that for you as well. Like, what's your turf interaction? What are you, how do you come into the ground? Are you steep? Are you shallow? Because if you're steep, you're gonna want something that's grinded a little bit at an angle to where you're in and out of the turf, and it's helping you more than getting stuck. Kind of like,
Yeah,
same thing that shafts help you do. Like when we hit those S300s, those True Temper S300s, and they were hella boardy for us, bro. Like it's the same thing with soul grinds and things like that. So yeah, all
yeah,
of the camber and stuff like that, they're really revolutionizing that. That's in pretty much most clubs now is what's going on.
yeah.
Um,
I want to say, what is it, Shrixon? They're like been the masters at that type of relief, and I think they kind of not started the kind of soul grinds with your regular irons throughout the bag, but I would say they have some of the most distinctive, um, like the V soul, that type of
yeah,
relief. So
them and Mizuno as well. Mizuno has
yeah,
long been some iron innovators and stuff like that with their Ford stuff.
yeah. Then we move through the 6 through 9 irons again, just kind of featuring that yellow grip. And I forgot to actually before I move forward. So just kind of humping through this. So she goes kind of bright green on that 4 iron, another black green on her 5 iron, and then 6 iron. She's got a white grip. And then we kind of move through the rest. I mean, the setup is pretty consistent here. I mean, she doesn't have like a combo type bag. So nothing crazy. Very similar, but again, like I said, I want to show one of those colorful grips that she's got going on, and you can see down the right hand side, blue, pink. yellow, so orange. So if Dad's at home watching, he knows what Gino's hitting, and I'm sure he's up in the middle of the night watching her. Again, the homegirl
Yeah,
plays so often.
yeah.
And then get into these wedges. So a little more interesting here. So she's playing the jaws with the raw face. That 48, which is bent to 46, which I think is so common these days. I mean, I don't think we're seeing a lot of people playing just 48 degree pitching wedges anymore. It's been a while since I've seen one in the ones that we've featured and talked about. How about you? Am I missing any, or has that been pretty stock and standard? Is it to go 46?
Yeah, I mean anything. I mean, really anything from 43 to 46 is now your natural progression of a pitching wedge. I mean, a lot of people like the way like a gap wedge looks. Like a 48 is technically a gap wedge. It's a or an attack wedge, a AW, however you want to call it, depending upon the OEM. But that
Yeah.
pretty much a lot of people like the look, the compact look of what a wedge would look like with that, and then they just bend it to the specs that they like. I mean, we've seen it with the pro, with the gentleman a lot. 55 bent to 50. I mean, 54 bent to 55, or the
Hmm.
55 bent to 57 and stuff like that. So yeah, it's right along those lines, but probably just like a stronger gap wedge or something like that.
Yep. Then she's got the 50 at 52. I know it's small, bro. And then got the 58, but it's at 57.5. Oh, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
52 been to 50. 52 been to 50, and then 58 at 57.5. Very specific, right?
Knows her numbers.
Those are
Oh
numbers clearly working out. Clearly working
yeah.
out for her.
Just real quick. I just wanted to bring this up with our
Yeah.
Canadian. Um, we both follow Ted's Talks or Fully Equipped Golf, and he's went over this in one of his videos. And I think I've seen it on Trotty Golf as well. I don't know. I very much so remember that TaylorMade, that CB with a little bit of a thicker head. It's a little bit more forgiving. It looked great, but I think that top line is just a little bit chunky for what we would prefer nowadays, especially the way that our games are progressing and stuff like that. But it is absolutely a great looking club, bro.
Just a call out to the again, her rocking more rare Japanese stuff. So this Shimada Tour Wedge 120 and all of her wedges. Again, this is
Hmm.
stuff that you're not going to be able to get
This is not off the
stateside very
rack.
easily.
This is not off the
No,
rack game.
no, and I get the vibe. I mean, again, you don't end up world number one without being obsessed with the game, but I get the straight vibes that she is a same, same. That's wild.
You spin right now.
Um, but yeah, I mean, she's a golf junkie, bro. Like these aren't just things that you happen upon. You're
Right.
seeking this kind of stuff out. You find a setup that works for you. I'm actually kind of surprised for her that she doesn't stick with clubs longer. We've talked about this before. You know, these club deals and having to get the latest and greatest and maybe I feel like this year was an off year for drivers for Callaway for TaylorMade. We got real deep into that with Mike about the the this year's version, the QI 35 for TaylorMade. The elite driver, I don't think had that many wins on tours this year. So I don't know. It was just an off year. If she had success like she did previously, why
Hmm.
not keep playing the AI smoke if it was good for you? But to each his own. Again, just a couple more pictures of her wedges here. We know that the 52 is bent, same thing with the 58, but just her customization. And then the Odyssey White Hot Versa 7DB, the double bend with the pistol grip. I'm a huge fan of the pistol grip. I love my current putter grip, but I be missing that pistol grip. But pretty standard fare for the Odyssey lineup. This is a classic putter.
I really like that putter. I mean, I don't know why I would ever leave her bag. Um,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you experiment. You put it. I mean, we've all done it. You put it in timeout. It's not acting correct. Then all of a sudden you realize how all the good times you had with it, and it's right back in the bag like nothing ever happened. So I think that might happen every now and again. But I mean, she's a cold putter with that thing. She
I mean, she
really
is.
is.
I want to look up the stats. So go ahead. Just, I mean, she's always at the top of the stats when it comes to putting.
Yeah.
Just want to be a little bit more strokes to green, strokes on the tee, strokes gained putting. She is fourth on the LPGA in
Yep.
strokes gained putting. Um, their stats are not great. They're not okay. Putts per green in regulation average 1.7. That's number one. Putts per round 28.71. She's number four for the season. Um, yeah, I mean putts per. Yeah, that's it on their putting stats. But yeah, she's always going to be top five in putting, and I mean that's where the money's made on these pro tours.
Absolutely. And that's the crazy part about it is, I mean, you look at the ladies tour. I mean, they absolutely drain putts. They are draining putts from 2030 like we used to see Speed doing. I mean,
Yeah.
the training and the attention to detail that they have around the greens. They play sure shots. They use the putter from off the fringe and stuff like that. But again, as their tour has been elevating, they've been at courses where that first cut off the green has been very much so an easy putting
Hmm.
surface, just as if it was the putting surface itself. So why wouldn't you? But I mean,
Right.
the look of that putter is very. I mean, I don't know. Rod knows my putter. I'm rocking the Phantom 5 right now, so it's
Right.
it absolutely looks very delicious to me in my eyes. I mean that's more closely like a 7 or a 7.5, but it's still all the same to me. I like the fang, I like the mallet look with the thin top line that resembles a
Hmm.
blade. So you're still getting that soft feel, you're still getting that reception, and then you don't feel like you're swinging it that heavy because the putter itself is a heavier mallet style putter, and then you see on the sole it probably can be switched out as far as weights go, or she can
Right.
it's easy to put some lead tape or something like that to make it a little bit heavier if she wanted it to be.
Absolutely. So that is Gino Thitakun's What's in the Bag. Again, not as current as I would like it to be. LPGA. Y'all get What's in the Bag going and get more current with what these ladies are carrying. Um, we're gonna hit those more often, but I think that's like the next step, right? Where we
Matt,
tour junkie out. That we'll know when Tej Talks starts getting
right?
the LPGA what's in the bags or equipment junkie stuff because they go through stuff just as quickly as the guys do. So
Yeah.
shout out to Gino. We'll be looking for more for the remainder of the year. Like I said, I think she's going to tee it up probably in the Grant Thornton and the LET stuff. But um, good second win for the year, and it was hard picking a player of the year on the LPGA. I mean, she probably ends up as that with the tour winning and the two wins. It was a weird year. It was just a weird year overall. So
Historical scoring
yeah,
average as well, by the way.
I
The lowest scoring average for a year ever, and then the lowest since the early 2000s, kind of like when Annika and them were playing.
mm,
68.6861, I believe, is the official number. But
consistent.
I mean, but to be sitting out here and you're like, a bad day is a 70, a decent day is a 69, and then if I really want to go crazy, I'm shooting a 66, 65, like it's nothing. Like
Right,
that's just
right.
I mean, it's not insane, but like, when you see it in
It's really
person,
good.
right, 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 right. Imagine
And
getting
yeah,
SMS on tour to the ladies. Imagine we getting some bag work. That would be clean. You know what?
yeah,
Nelly, we have her what's in the bag, but that's because she's big and tailor made. She's one of their,
true. Yeah,
But we have Patty Tavatanakit because she's big with Titleist right now too, though. But she's also Titleist through and through, though. Like that's through the
right.
bag, everything. So they, pretty much harp on her, and then she's not just a ball user for them. But you're right. I mean,
Correct.
past that, I don't really. I don't know. I feel like Brooke Henderson, at one point was high up in TaylorMade. I feel like we should probably be able to get our hands on her. What's in the bag? Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
And even I'm on Callaway's website right now, and their feature of Gino, and even that they don't have a really good what's in the bag. They're talking about her using the Apex UW,
hmm,
the Jaws wedges. They even still show that she's playing the AI Smoke and the Chrome Tour
really?
X golf balls. So like even Callaway is not doing a good job of promoting the world number one player that they have on their roster, which is crazy. I mean, Callaway. This is just a quick mention. Um, Callaway itself as a brand had gotten massive, picked up the Top Golf, side of the business. So this week they finalized their deal to sell that for like 1.1 billion or something like that. To
Yeah.
they still I think retained like 40% of the business overall. So I mean they've been busy, but Callaway's weird when it comes to the consumer side. I feel like they don't promote stuff as much as they should be.
Not as
Um,
popular as they once were.
they just aren't. I mean, again, they are fit for a certain type of player. I don't think they're great for the masses. You just don't see a lot of Callaway drivers in the wild. Irons
Yeah.
more so than anything. I mean, they've done a good job with their hollow body and kind of players iron, not players, but kind of game improvement type of irons. But weird brand. Thirsty over there from scrolling Instagram. I'm
Anyways,
messing. Let's get on moving to I Rock a Rogue ST Max LS. Ooh, from a few years ago. Is that the one that's
yeah.
orange, or is that the what? There you
Ye-
go, green that year.
the Maverick is orange.
Ah, that's right.
The Rogue was
Sammy,
good
let's
though.
go
The Rogue
LP.
was blue,
Oh, that's right. They I have stopped keeping up with
gold.
Callaway gold accents. Huh.
Okay.
So Sami Valimaki had a couple of close calls in the last couple of years on the PGA Tour, couple of playoffs that he wasn't able to close it out, but gets his first PGA Tour win and also the first Finnish golfer to win on the PGA Tour. Shout out to him. He's a big man, tall, interesting setup. I would not copy his swing mechanics, but able to get it done. I thought Novak going into the weekend might have. He had a pretty decent lead, and they asked him, "How does it feel going into the weekend, perfect conditions, and like, do you feel like you have to go shoot a number?" And I think he ended up like standing pat on Saturday, shot even, and then got left in the dust at that point because it's clearly you had to go shoot a score. But Balamaki got it, and there were quite a few people trying to get inside that 100 number.
Yeah.
Max McGreevy, um, Lee Hodges, both missed out. I mean, and we've talked about this so many times. One shot here or there
Yeah.
is the difference between you getting your full card secured. They also showed, is it Justin Lower or Lauer? Justin Lauer, missing the cut, which also, derailed his full time status on the PGA Tour. I saw him a couple of years ago at a DP, not a DP, a Corn Ferry event. And again, it just means a lot to these guys. So to miss status by one shot randomly, right? I know it. You highlight it for this week, but you think about that up and down that you didn't make happen, or that putt that lipped out at some point during the season, and it cost you, full time status. What I feel like the PGA Tour is going to be missing out on opportunities like that, kind of reducing the Monday qualifier stuff. What do you think about the kind of direction? And also, again, it used to be top 125, now it's top 100. What do you think about these changes and kind of the impact on the game?
Um, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I'm not Lucas Glover. Like, I'm not like, yo, like, where is the opportunity at? I'm not that crazy. Will I?
Yeah,
It's gonna take a few outliers, away from the game as far as like, we might see one or two less Cinderella stories, I would say. But for the
yeah,
most part, I think that the players that have status are more prepared than they ever have been. I mean, just think about the younger class that keeps coming in. They won at the junior level, they won at the college level. They're coming out here not scared. They know they're knowing that sometimes to shoot these low numbers, you're gonna have mistakes. So they're not afraid to make bogey out here. It's a completely
right.
different ball game. They're not playing like how the other pros play. Like they're not fighting for par. They're going for more hero shots than we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And they don't
Yeah,
mind a big number because they know my birdie ability, my bounce back ability, that stat is gonna be high. My bounce back ability is gonna get me through a lot of this stuff. So that in itself is really not it's not made me numb to the story of like a Justin Lauer, but like it's also kind of like, am I really that hurt that it's not top 125 and some of these 150 or 148 player fields are kind of gonna diminish a little bit? No, not really. I'm not.
okay,
No, and
heartless man. I mean, I get it
I
though.
know it sounds that way, but like, listen, like when Justin was like and y'all saw. I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview, but he got interviewed right after, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
he kind
Oh,
of went off
he
on a
was very
tangent.
right when he started talking about the loss, the personal losses. Yeah, I
I
was like,
like
oh
the
wow, this is a
right.
lot's
I like
happening
some
here.
of these guys. You don't like everybody out on the tour. Do I like everything that's going on with the tour? Da 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 da. Hey man, go play better, bro. Go play better.
It's true. I mean, I get it. I want to say there is one unintended consequences that happened this week. So we know Jordan Spieth out with injury a lot of this year. Apparently, Max McGreevy bumped into the top 60. He had already had his card secured, but bumped Jordan Spieth out of the top 60, which
Oh
means that
no.
he no longer qualifies for
Oh,
the Pebble Beach and Riviera. So we're gonna see if one more year
here
has
we go.
matured Jordan Spieth. Because last year, Homeboy was crying a river about not being allowed into the elevated events and getting some backlash. Like, hey, bro, like you just said, go play better and earn your spot into the events. So he's going to be relying on sponsors exemptions. The can we call
Ricky
it a
got
fall off
in.
at this?
Ricky
Is
got
it a
in.
fall
Why
off at
not
this point?
me? No, he's
Jordan
hurt.
Jordan Spieth, that's a fall off that needs to be studied, bro. That one's crazy.
I he went through them swing changes, bro. I'm not. I don't call. I think he's searching. I don't know if it's a fall off. I think he just had a hot streak. I wouldn't call that like. I don't know, bro. If Jordan Spieth ain't making putts, it don't really matter. He's never been the longest. He's never been the most
Yeah.
accurate. Like you can't be middle of the field and not be accurate. if you're gonna be middle of the field, you at least got to be hitting 60-70% of the fairways or
Yeah.
something. Your hands
So do
are insane.
do we look at Jordan Spieth's career in the same way we kind of look at Colin Morikawa? Just had that incredible run for a couple of years, and
No,
what's different about the two of them?
I hold Spieth in a higher regard than Morikawa.
Interesting. Okay. What? Why do
That's
you?
for
Why is
sure.
that? Because of the
Morikawa's
Masters?
Morikawa's only won twice. Jordan Spieth has won three different majors. He's won the U.S., he's won the Open, and he's won the Masters. Colin Morikawa won the Open,
Hmm.
and then what did he win? The PGA
Uh,
in a COVID
I guess.
year. I'm just not.
Was it a
I'm
PGA?
I'm just not. I don't know. Even before this, this whole media drama with Morikawa, I was not impressed with Morikawa. Like, I'm not like nothing stuck out to me about Morikawa. Like, he didn't hit, like he wasn't the best ball striker, but that's
Oh
what he's
no, I
known for.
disagree there. Uh, he's an incredible iron player. It's just he's not long off the tee, like Speed. Not exactly, never going to be the longest, right? He's a tactician. I don't know why Morikawa has fallen off. I think putting is one of the aspects that he struggled with. Um, this is an interesting one. I see Justin Rose type of future for Speed. He'll mature in the late 30s and blossom once again. I hope so. I mean, me and Marcus are Dallas natives, and so Spieth is as well. But we're cheering for him. It's just seeing him blunder in public quite often has been rough. It's that part has been very rough for us to watch, and as the game hadn't been there. I agree. The putter situation for Morikawa is very sad. He's one of these like Hideki Matsuyama, new putter every damn week, trialing something out every week.
At
And I
least
think it started.
Morikawa's
What was
making
it?
putts, though.
Sometimes.
He making
What
more
else we
putts than
got?
Morikawa.
Oh, you said Matsuyama. Yeah.
Um,
So
no, I mean, he blew it, bro. Like he had that spider plumber's neck. He had some clean putters, personally made, PE edition. Use them for like the custom inserts
yeah,
and stuff like that.
get used to it, right? It's all about feel on the greens, and
Yeah,
you kind of have to leave the results. Like you can't look at the stats when it comes to putting. Like it's tough. Like how does it feel? Do you have confidence with that thing? The fact that he's gone through so many this year and caddies, uh, bizarro world. Let's hit this real quick. We got a little excited. I saw this graphic from golf.com. I think they were trolling, bro. Top 100 courses for golf.com. When the official list came out, it was different than what we saw in their graphic that they put on X/Twitter and other socials. So I'm going to pull this
yeah,
up. I'm not going to go through the entire list because it didn't format well and it's too damn small. Even this is too damn small. I tried to blow it up as much as possible, but at the top of the list, number one, which was surprising as hell, was TPC Craig Ranch, which is a PGA Tour stop, one that's now hosting the Byron Nelson. Me and Marcus had the pleasure of playing with two of my other buddies a couple summers ago for my birthday. Um, Wonderful experience, caddy, locker room setup, really nice course. I'm interested to see how it'll look after their current renovation. So for next year for the
yeah. The
Byron
redo.
Nelson,
Hmm.
yeah, see how what looks different. We'll see if it's changed, but looked like a lot of work on the fairways needed to be torn out, a couple of greens. But they had TPC Craig Ranch as number one. and again, I think they were trolling to get some eyes on the list because when you look at the final list, it's not there
Yeah.
at all. No TPC courses made their final 100, which is not surprising. So it was just funny to look at it. The link is down in the description of this video if you want to go check it out. It definitely caught me off guard, and I shared it with Marcus. Like, look at us. We played the golf.com's number one rated course, but again, trolling.
Hey,
But
no, you show the graphic, you show a little quick little screen cap, and then you put it on the resume. Have to.
right,
Have to.
right. Take the clout no matter what.
You have to. You sure? Yeah, bro. That's what it says. Look. And then you just flash the screen real quick, and you be like, yeah, number one course, bro. 2025, 2026. I don't know what to tell you, bro. We played it.
And got a nice laugh out of that, and yeah, we'll use it as fake clout. Um, Random. We hadn't talked. I mean, we hadn't talked about our games lately. How you playing these days, man?
Um, you know what? It's one of these rare times where I'm speaking from a place of privilege. Your boy is just absolutely frustrated with 78s and 79s right now, man. I felt like I was trending the right way. Like I got down, I was shooting like, I had a couple of 74s in there, 76 with like
Hmm.
some good scoring opportunities. Um, yeah, I feel like the game's really still rounding into shape though. Like I feel like, the work that I feel like I'm doing outside of the game, as far as kind of like rebuilding strength and core ability and stuff like that. You can't just rely on good equipment. You can't just no matter how well you are fitted for the clubs that you have, you still have to do the work to be able to produce with those clubs. So I'll tell you some stuff I'm going post show. I'll tell you some stuff I'm doing with like some
Okay.
wedges and stuff like that. But as far as the game, the putter is feeling really great. Like I've been draining I feel like once around I at least make like a 30-footer or like lip out or something like that. It's feeling really good. The short game is really good. Off the tee has definitely been good. Like I feel like the speed is back as far as confidence and being able to swing and knowing where the ball is going to go.
Yeah.
My irons surprisingly are really really on the out. So your boy is your,
Struggling with the irons.
yeah, it's not. These Mizuno Pros might not be in the bag much longer. If I'm being honest, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, oh. Look, some
I ain't
need a
gonna
little
lie
something
to
with a little
you.
extra help.
No, 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 no. Just a refresher, some different shaft work, stuff like that.
Oh
But
man, they look so beautiful.
oh, they're not getting sold or anything like that. They'll be in the closet. They're not going nowhere. If you want to use them,
Yeah.
just let me know. I'll pass them off. You might yeah, yeah.
New
I
shafts.
you Yeah, you will have to reshaft them. They are a bit long,
Yeah.
but other than that, I definitely wouldn't mind handing them bad boys off to you. But yeah, these T150s might be in the bag real quick.
Oh, that's a good change up. Yeah, man. My game right now is so sloppy. I have not been playing as much as I would have anticipated. Um, with having all this free time. So I've been playing a couple times per week, but um, like the story of like the couple every other round, my driver is like all over the place. It was a couple
Yeah.
rounds I played where, well, the course setup dictated it. I played a course where literally I only had to pull driver on like two of the par fives. Um, it was tight. It was a lot of dog legs. I mean, every hole had some kind of curve to very, very few straight holes. Um, so three wood was going that particular day. But yeah, it's the up and downs. Like I've been missing greens and I'm not bullshitting. Like the last three rounds I've played where I'm like a couple of inches off. So my green and regulation stats are garbage.
Mm.
Um, but it's not like I'm just missing greens by 10, 15 yards. I mean, like it's spinning off or misclubbing, different things like that. And also playing a couple of courses that I'm not familiar with. I'm playing courses that I don't know. So, like, you kind of get an idea of the green shape or it looks different from, 150 yards out versus you're like, oh, that was now first cut. So that's I don't know. Like I'm very happy with my iron game, but it's like, when you're not hitting your driver well and you're hitting irons well, it feels like, okay, I'm punching out of trouble and then
Yeah.
getting on and scrambling for pars, but damn, why can't I just be in the fairway with
Right.
this iron in hand, hitting my approach shot. So yeah, driver's been acting up. I think three wood is been cooperating. Like I said, hybrid and long game, feeling really good about it. But I think as soon as we get stable, I'm gonna probably throw a ping four hybrid in the bag at some
Yep.
point. I feel like it's necessary. Um, but yeah, overall, like still working out the feels with that Odyssey jailbreak putter. I like it. It feels great.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been pulling putts a lot more lately, and I got to figure that shit out. Even going left hand low, still pulling some putts. So it's like I'm close. I feel so close. Things are not far off.
Yeah.
But I think I need more reps. There's not a lot of really good practice facilities, at least in Thailand so far. You were asking me about warming up on the range before. These courses literally do not have. I mean, I think I've seen one or two that have an operable range, but I'm not gonna hit off of mats ever. That's just not something it messes up my game every time. Can I do
Why?
mats? Huh?
Why?
You say why? Because I need that
Yes.
feedback. I need to know, like, if I'm chunking it and not getting great contact, which I haven't. Like, my iron contact, yesterday was like, good God. So through better contact, like, I'm getting my distance back, which has been a good feeling, especially with the irons. But yeah, Matt's not great. And then again, a lot of these courses in Thailand do not have full equipped ranges. You'll have a short game area, chip and putt, but down the range stuff, pretty non-existent. Or just kind of. So we'll see what it looks like when we get to Vietnam in a couple later this week. Actually, gonna try to play a couple rounds and just get the game back. I want to shoot. I hadn't shot in the 70s in a little bit since I've been back home. Uh, Struggling. I mean, I even had some rounds in the 90s here, and I'm like, dude, what the? I almost quit. It's like that feeling where it's like, God damn, I hate this game. So I'm back in the low 80s, right on knocking on the door. So I'm looking forward to getting some more reps in though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all our stuff on our list today. We are hitting a little bit of a light spot, but we've been at this for an hour. Anything else random in the world of sports you want to chat about?
Well, I mean, we we passed up the opportunity to not necessarily clown live, but they
Oh, you're
added
right.
on they added on to Cleek's golf team. They got them a new one.
Okay,
He's
totally forgot about that one.
he's a PGA star apparently. So um congrats to Victor
Is that how?
Perez on his new deal.
Oh yeah, that one. Victor Perez signed, which I mean, dude played very few PGA Tour events. I mean, he's mainly a DP World Tour player. I straight up forgot about Liv and Laurie Canter, bro. So after stints on Liv through like last year, plays DP World Tour this season, gets top
Yeah.
10 status and an automatic ticket to the PGA Tour. Homeboy is about to rejoin Live. I'm like, dude,
Really?
yes, Laurie Cantor. Live is desperate.
Really?
Laurie Cantor's desperate, even though he has said multiple times that I think he ended up earning like 5.6 million through his playing on Live, and I don't know what his signing bonus looked like if he got one at all because he was he was in the first season on the cliques as well, and then kind of a standby in following seasons. But 5.6 official earnings from Live. He said that set him up financially, allowed him to go play the DP World Tour this year. Played well, but dude is really hard to comprehend. I'm like, I know he. It seems like he just doesn't want to come play stateside full time. Um, but I don't know. To me, the PGA Tour would have been a great opportunity if he's got the game going. But to each his own, man. I hope he's getting a nice payday out of it.
Interesting. I'll have to look that
I
up.
know. It's the first link I sent today on the show notes, so check it out. But yeah, Laurie Canter back to Live. What's you been watching NBA? I hadn't caught a lot this week. Just the Mavs stuff when they come on.
Um, yeah, I have League Pass, so it's pretty fun. They're doing. I mean, I don't know. The NBA overall is in a good place. It's just kind of hard to watch because when the Pistons aren't playing, I don't really care. Like the Mavs play, and I just be kind of like, just don't embarrass us in front of my friends.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying Luca's revenge arc. That's definitely gonna be good. I haven't watched a lick of Thunder basketball. I'm very thankful for that. Um, um, Milwaukee's somehow still winning without Giannis being on the court, or they're like hovering around 500. They're not a lottery pick team right now. Um,
No.
Miami is one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA this year compared to last year, where they were like bottom five. So that's always crazy. Like they put up 140 in regulation the other day versus a team. So
Wow.
like, just seeing stuff like that, um, it's exciting. I'm really enjoying the NBA this year. Um, the Cowboys somehow won
Washington
today. I
Wizards.
just have
I don't know
no
how.
freaking clue.
I
No
kind of
freaking clue.
partially woke. I partially woke up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, and they were down 24-0, 21-0. Sorry, 21-0.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, that's gonna get ugly. And then I wake up to them winning 24-21. I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go catch the highlights because what the hell happened?
yeah. I'm gonna have to watch the highlights because the last update I got was 21-7 at halftime, and that I had already turned over and was taking my nap. So I didn't even really see the score, the original score, to get it to 21-7 before halftime. But yeah, they are somehow in contention for the wild card again. So they're gonna break some hearts again. I mean, I'm just not putting any stake into that.
No, none whatsoever.
None, none. The Ravens won again though, so they're really surging. Proud of them. Winning record now, 6-5. My team. Woo, my team. Woo woo. Number one in the division, AFC North. We are coming for you, sirs. Yeah, that's really all I got, bro. Um,
Okay,
Baseball is
I'm just
funny.
checking.
The
Yeah, a lot
Rangers
of
is
trades going
goofy.
on.
Yeah, we traded
They're
Marcus
about to trade
Simeon.
Mark Simeon. Yeah, horrible. Saw that. We have no live golfing this week, right? DP doesn't come
No,
back till
live
end of
golf.
November.
Um, no, I think no, the Australian PGA is this week.
Oh my God, we're already at the end of November, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, we are.
And it's Thanksgiving week, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's the crazy part about being in a place where Thanksgiving is not a thing at all. Tell me what you think about this. So everywhere we've gone, both recently, so Thailand earlier in the week, a sales thing from a place in Vietnam about Black Friday, and I'm like, why are y'all talking about Black Friday? Y'all, the origin of Black Friday is that people were at home on the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's a great day to go shop, even though the sales are crap these days. But these other countries are celebrating Black Friday despite no acknowledgement. I mean, I get it. Why would they celebrate Thanksgiving? It's an American thing completely. But Black Friday sales. It's
Um,
messing with my brain a little bit.
Another way to be predators to consumers. I mean, it's just easy money grab. You hike the
But
prices. You hike the prices up, then discount it to the original price, and tell us it's on discount. Yeah, congrats.
I hate that that version has exported itself across the ocean completely. Like it makes no sense at all. Especially since
Yeah.
I know the origin of why Black Friday exists in the first place. And I'm sure I'll see Cyber Monday type of stuff. And it's like, again, this makes no sense at all that y'all have these sales across the pond. But anyhow, so yeah, we're probably going to nerd out a whole lot on equipment next week. I think this is finally the week where we get into some of these putter changes. I'm gonna have to track Colin Morikawa's, Hideki Matsuyama. Who else had a bunch of putter changes this year?
I mean, I try not to keep up with that stuff. Them some weirdos. That's
All
a
right,
lot of
well,
brain game stuff.
so we'll talk DP World Tour, nerd out a little bit on equipment, but per usual, Bearder Bros Golf Show will be back next week, and we'll catch y'all then. I am Rod.
And I'm Marcus.
Thanks for joining in, y'all.